We would even sometimes go to the church, but we hardly ever tried to tithe. And when we did tithe, it would never be the correct amount as we were supposed to. Instead of giving our best to God, we gave our leftovers, and we didn't assume the commitment to Him, so things never got better. We would take a single step forward and two back. Everything we did didn't turn out right, and we were having a lot of financial trouble.
There was a plot of land behind our house. It was very small, but we could never afford to buy it, you know.
I had no perspective for prosperity. Everything in our lives was less and less. Even at the supermarket, we had to purchase the worst things there were to take home for us to eat. And God says in the Bible that ye shall eat the good of the land, but we were eating the worst.
I was sitting here in the TV room one evening in my house, and we had a habit of watching television, tuning into any program, you know. We used to watch a lot of movies, a lot of soap operas, and during the commercials of those movies, we used to change the channels, and sometimes we wind up watching the faith show a little bit, you know. So I would watch it for about a minute or so, but then the movie is back, the soap opera is back, and the commercials were over. So I changed back to the movie, you know. And this went on for quite some time, you know, and that started to get into my head. After some time, I started watching the faith show completely.
And then one day, he invited me to watch the program with him, and Dr. Soares spoke to my heart, saying that the decision we had to make, that we had to start going to church again to get baptized, and then I started to have understanding with him and also with myself. And we began to do things correctly, and then we began to tithe correctly too.
Ileana's husband heard a calling from God to become a sponsor of the faith show.
As soon as he began the sponsorship, our life became untied.
One day at church, I was praying to God, and during the prayers, I asked God to open doors for me, you know.
And God spoke to my heart and told me to open my own business. Next came the prayers. God prepared a path for me, and I enrolled in a hairdresser course. However, I couldn't pay the tuition. And God also prepared a better job for my husband, where he was going to earn 4 times more than he was earning before. So he would get a much better salary. And our lives got so much better. I ended up starting to work at people's houses, right? I would work in their homes, and then he started to build a salon for me. Something he did himself. When we least expected it, the salon was open. Best of all, I already had clients, and thank God it's been over 3 years now that I have my own salon, and 1 year that I've been working in people's houses, and I've been so blessed.
God kept improving our business, and things are getting better now.
My customers are very special and blessed. In my salon, there are customers all day long. We always wanted a car, and I used to see the car that I wanted, and that I'd be driving, and I would look from the bus and say, what a beautiful car, but I think it's too expensive for us. I don't think we'll be able to afford it. A year later, God prepared this car for us, and now we have another car for my husband.
It's a great car, and exactly the one I wanted.
Everything that we ever wanted for our lives, God gave us.
Today our house is close to 2,100 square feet, but when we moved in here, it was a small corner home measuring only 43 square feet.
God lifted us up. It has only been 2 years since we were baptized in the waters, both myself and my husband. And the sponsorship is important in this because it opened up our minds. And the blessings really came to us, and today we are so happy.
Let's applaud for Jesus, brethren.